Tired of people showing results that are statistically significant but completely useless in real life? You run a test, p-value is less than 0.05, and everyone celebrates. But when you apply it in business or policy, nothing changes. In this video, I will show you why p-values alone don't lead to meaningful insights, and how focusing on practical significance can help you make smarter, real-world decisions with your data. Let's talk about the problem with p-values. Statistically significant does not mean useful. Many results look perfect on paper, but fail in real business decisions. We overfocus on p-values, celebrate tiny effects, and call them wins. But without real-world impact, significance means nothing. Remember, data should drive value, not just statistical bragging rights. So, what exactly is a p-value? A p-value is evidence against the null hypothesis. It tells us how likely a result is due to chance. In simple terms, it helps us detect whether an effect exists at all. But here's the catch: a p-value does not measure real-world importance. It only tells you if something is statistically detectable, not if it truly matters in practice. P-values sound powerful, but they come with problems. They depend heavily on sample size. Bigger samples make tiny effects look important. A result can be statistically significant, yet practically meaningless. P-values don't care about business realities, cost, or benefit. And too often, researchers chase low p-values instead of real-world impact. Remember, significance is useful, but practical significance drives decisions. Let's take a real-life marketing example. Campaign A has a conversion rate of 4%, and Campaign B shows 4.05%. The p-value? Just 0.01, statistically significant. But wait, the improvement is only 0.05%. No real boost in customers, no real impact on revenue. So yes, it's statistically significant, but practically meaningless. Now consider an employee training program. Productivity improves by just 2%, and the p-value is 0.03, statistically significant. But the training cost is 10 lakh rupees. A tiny gain, a huge expense. So mathematically it looks impressive, but financially, it makes no sense. Statistical significance doesn't always equal smart decisions. Here's another case: customer retention. Retention goes up by 8%, but the p-value is 0.08, not statistically significant. So technically, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. But an 8% increase in retention means real customers, real loyalty, and real revenue. Just because it's not statistically significant doesn't mean it's not valuable. In business, meaningful improvement beats perfect p-values. So, what is practical significance? It's all about real-world impact, not just numbers on paper. Instead of asking, is it statistically significant, we ask, does it actually matter? We look at the size of the effect, the business value, and the operational importance. And most importantly, we weigh the cost versus the benefit. In short, practical significance drives smarter, real-world decisions. So, how do we measure practical value? We start with effect size like Cohen's d, eta square, r square, or even odds ratio to understand how big the impact really is. Then we look beyond statistics and check the ROI, the real return on investment. Finally, we consider a business impact score to judge operational importance. In short, we measure not just if something works, but how much it truly matters. That's the power of practical significance. Here's a simple rule to remember. A big effect with a meaningful outcome equals a truly valuable insight. Relying only on a p-value gives you just half the story. But focusing on practical value leads to smarter, real-world decision-making. So don't just chase significance, chase impact. That's where real data power lies. Before you act on any result, ask yourself a few simple questions. Is the effect big enough to actually matter? Does the improvement justify the cost and effort? And will this insight change a real business decision? If the answer is yes, that's an insight worth using. If the answer is no, it's just statistical noise, even if the p-value looks fancy. Here's the final truth. Companies don't pay for p-values, they pay for impact. So always measure what truly matters. Focus on decisions that move numbers, change outcomes, and create value. Because in the real world, significance is earned through results, not just statistics. Thanks for watching. Remember, statistics guide decisions, but impact drives progress. If you found this helpful, hit like, share with your data lover friends, and subscribe for more practical analytics wisdom. See you in the next video where data meets real-world results.